Hello, my friends, and welcome to this new video. And today I'm going to share with you an insight that has the power to change your life, that has the power to help you reconnect with your true self, who you truly are, because this world has destroyed us. This world has given you an image, a false image of who you are. All the suffering that you experience in this life is because of this disconnection that you have with yourself, with your true self. How people define you, this is not who you are, you're different. We use other people's eyes to see ourselves. When you're born, your mother tells you you're beautiful, and you start thinking you're beautiful. When you grow up a little, your teachers tells you you're smart, and you start thinking you're smart and intelligent. And there comes a time when someone tells you you're not that smart, or you're stupid, or whatever you're saying doesn't work. How does that make you feel? It creates conflict inside your mind. It pushes you into the world of duality, where you start living a life where everything seems confusing. You start living in conflict. Whether I'm this or that, who am I? Your personality breaks down into millions of pieces, and then you start collecting them and arranging them to truly understand who you are. And most people spend all their lives rearranging these bits and pieces to understand who they are, and they keep on living the life based on other people's opinions, based on other people's perceptions. That is the main reason why we don't understand ourselves, because our minds are so crowded by opinions of other people. Right? People are like mirrors. And what you see in the mirror is not you, but the nature of the mirror. Have you seen the kind of mirrors that some mirrors show you that you're tall, some mirrors show you that you're short? What is that? That is not you. That is the essence of the mirror. That's the nature of the mirror, to show you who you are. That's not who you are, right? You're different. You're something else. Your true essence is way, way, way different than what the mirror shows you. It's the same thing with people. What people tell you, how people define you, that's not who you are. Their opinions are their opinions. That their opinions show who they are, not who you are. There's a subtle difference, but we don't see it because our minds are so crowded. George Gurdjieff said that if you want to know your soul, you have to leave people. If you truly want to know yourself, stop looking into other people's eyes. Stop letting them define you, who you are. Their perceptions are destroying your true nature. Why do you think sages leave society? Why do they go away and live in the mountains? It's not that you cannot know the truth while you're living in society. It's just that you cannot understand your true self. Understand who you are when you're surrounded by perceptions of other people. Because they continuously keep on defining you. No, you're not this, you're that. You should act like that. You should behave like that. You should think like that. And the real you, the true self, it gets buried down under these opinions, under these false perceptions of other people. Have you ever wondered, why does flattering work so well? Because people desire it. They want to be defined. Tell someone they're smart. Tell someone they're beautiful, and they'll become your slaves. They crave it. Their soul, their mind craves it. Craves that validation. Right? They crave it because you've told them something they waited for all their lives. They waited to listen, to be defined who they are. See, there are three types of people in the world. There are the actors, there are the audience, and then there is the observer. When you live a life of an actor, you lose your soul. You live for the validation of other people, like a politician, like an actor, like an influencer. They thrive on other people's opinions, what other people think about them. They don't know who they are. They have defined themselves based on other people's opinions. They may not show it, but they suffer in silence when they don't get that validation. When a person lives like an actor, all their energy, all their thoughts, all their everything goes into, every effort that they put into is to understand, how can I become more likable? How can I become more attractive? How can I become more handsome? Or how can I become more beautiful? How can I become more liked? Because their soul craves for that validation. The second kind of people are the audience. Like a politician is nothing without an audience. Imagine if a person is giving a speech, a presidential candidate, for example, and there is no crowd there to cheer them up and root for them. They will look stupid, crazy, like a crazy person, standing alone there, giving a speech, and there's no one there. They both are interconnected. One cannot live without the other. They are the opposite ends of the same stick. Right? Each and every one of us has become an audience. There is a scientific study which showed that majority of people right now spend at least 6 hours in a day staring at a screen. Because we have fundamentally become the audience. We love other people, seeing other people. You go to a movie, you go to a cricket match, you go to watching baseball, you go to cheering for politicians. Why? Because that's what you see as who you are. That has become your core personality of an audience. If you look at things fundamentally, women are the actors. They prefer to be actors. Men prefer to be an audience. That's why they're able to survive each other. That's why they're able to bond with each other, because they are the two opposite ends of the same stick. One is the actor, she likes showing. Other is the audience, he likes watching. And the two opposite halves complete each other. Right? And the third one is the observer. The observer that is disconnected from everything. Let me give you an example. When you are watching a movie, if you forget yourself while watching the movie, you are the audience. You're not the observer. You become the observer when you know who's watching, when you don't forget yourself while you're watching a movie, while you're watching this video. If you keep on listening to my words and then you forget yourself, you are more connected to the audience, not the observer. Because you will add meanings to my words according to what is going on in your mind right now. But if you're able to detach yourself and see yourself, I am the one who is watching this video and listening to my words, then you reach a state which is way higher than that. That is the highest state. There's nothing higher than that. Why do we go to games? Why do you watch TikToks for 2 hours? Why do you scroll Instagram reels? Why do we constantly want to improve ourselves? Because we want to escape this fundamental reality, this human existence. We want to escape it. So we take on the role of the audience. We become the one who is watching, just watching, and not participating in life. It's like you're hypnotized by these moving images on the screen. Right? 1 in a million. Every once in a while there's an observer. like Jesus, like Krishna, like the Buddha, who are completely detached from the actor and the audience. They are just an observer. They spend their whole lives just observing the mind, observing their actions, observing the emotions, observing what's going on in the world. Not participating in it, but just simply observing from a distance. And it doesn't mean that, for example, if you become a monk and you still have the desire to be seen as a monk, you're still not free. You're still engaged in the cycle of the actor and the audience because you want to be seen as a monk. Once you truly become a monk, you lose all desire to act and to be seen. You connect with the highest self that is just being, existing as the self. I once read a story where a dog gets stuck in a room full of mirrors. There are mirrors everywhere, and the dog thinks that these are other dogs, and he keeps on barking them, and they bark back at them. He keeps on fighting the mirrors. He's all bloodied and tensed, and at the end of the night he dies. That is the same condition of humans. We think these mirrors are true, are the real self. They're showing us the true self. They're not. It's an illusion, you see. Just like the dog saw its own reflection in the mirrors all around him, and see there were thousands and hundreds and dogs, surrounded by hundreds of dogs, and he kept on barking. We are just like the same. There's no difference. And the way to connect with your inner being, the way to connect with your higher self, to your true self, is to observe yourself. If you want to be connected with your true self and live a life of meaning, a life of purpose, is to be connected, not with opinions of other people, not with what you see around the world, not with validations of other people, but just simply being. For example, you're looking at a tree. Slowly, when you're looking at a tree, slowly raise your awareness and start seeing the looker. Observe who is looking at the tree. It's very subtle. It's not easy. It takes time to get there. But once you start observing the observer, once you start seeing the watcher, you feel this immense peace washes over your body. Your emotions calm. Your thoughts calm down. Everything becomes peaceful and calm. It's the highest state possible for a human being. It may only happen for a moment, but that moment has the power to change you completely, empty you from all thoughts, emotions, everything, all desires. They all burn up, and what's left is just you, the true nature, the true consciousness. And that's who you are, my friend, the eternal consciousness. If you forget yourself while watching this video, you're the audience. But when you're listening to my words and also observing that you're watching and listening to my words, then you're the observer. The way to raise your consciousness, the way to raise your awareness, is to live the life of an observer. I'm not asking you to shave your head and go into the mountains and meditate there for 100 years. All I'm saying is start observing yourself. If you want to be peaceful, if you want to disconnect from all this suffering that you feel every day, this suffering is nothing but the perceptions that are defining you from the outside, because you've let them, and you have the power to detach, to disconnect from that, and come back here inside. Come back to your true self. Sit for 5 to 10 minutes every day. Keep an object in front of you. It could be anything: a lamp, a tree out the window, a wall, a ceiling fan, anything. Just stare at it. And introverts, if you're an introvert, you're really good at this. And this will help you disconnect. When you're watching it, start watching who is watching. Start observing who is watching, who's looking at the tree. And you'll be surprised by what happens next. It will change your life. It will connect you to a place inside you that you've never experienced before. Everything that you've been doing to escape this reality is because you're disconnected from that true self. And once you connect back to it, you will be able to live your life joyfully, blissfully, peacefully. Still doing the things that you're doing, but you will be a little detached. Those things won't affect you in any way, because you have practiced this habit of observing rather than participating in it. That's all, my friend. Practice this for a few days and you will see the changes. I hope you like this video, and I'll see you next week. Stay blessed, take care, and remember, you're not your mind, you're not your body, you're not your emotions, you're not your thoughts. You are the self, the one that observes, the one that's been with you since the day you were born. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.